just bopple in this. Yeah. All right. I guess we're just gonna work on a little bit of PIJ. Not too much though. Let's see here. Maybe polish this up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I could just finish this up and start working on this a little bit. Also, because I have work tomorrow, so I can't really record for very long, but I'll see what I can do. So let me get this. There's two Chinese speedball. Alright. Yeah, I forgot I have no clip on. Or ignore damage or whatever it's called. Alright, cool. Alright, let's start working on this. Okay, that actually could be interesting. Let's do this. Do this. I'm doing something kind of interesting here. I am making a huge vine. What this is going to do is on that point there, it's going to pop up. There's going to be two of these that are going to pop up. So I want to see how this looks. Obviously, this is not going to win any artist degrees or anything like that, but I want to at least make it look somewhat decent. Make it look like a vine. Alright, I think that's fine. You can copy that whole thing and paste it and do it like this. So we get something that looks like that. I know it looks strange. But, just give it a minute. Oops. Okay, so now we need so this one. Okay, well, okay. First off, need these to be on. We'll just put them on 7 for now. Grab this one. So right about here. So this is where it pops up. Okay. Actually, we could just use them as just background decoration. I might actually end up doing that. Just like smaller versions, just have these bigger versions just pop up. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So obviously this needs to go here. And then do, and then that means that this one needs to go right over here. Right about there. All right. So this needs, geez, 39. Holy crap. Did I give it 39? Yes, it did. I was going to make sure. This one will be 40. We've used so many grids. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what about there? Okay, this will be 40, and this needs to move down. By 100. Oops. So 1, 2. So 8 actually, so it's 800. So it would be right there. And then this one will be right down here. This is going to be positive 80 instead, with an elastic out. And this instead of that is going to be that. All right, cool. And obviously this has to have the correct color, obviously. Because this does not have the right color. Okay, we'll grab these ones here too. Okay, what do we want? Probably greens. So maybe this green, and then we'll put like a darker green, like something like this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now actually, I don't want them that opaque. Let's go ahead and actually, excuse me, put them on group 41. Group 41 is going to be way over here. 41, and the opacity is going to be 0.6. All right, sick. Sweet. All right. Epic. All right. Now, obviously, we want smaller version of these. Go ahead and paste around. Make this look a little bit cooler. Let's put this one at 0.75. Let's put this over here. Let's put one over here. This one will be at a, oopsies. Where's the scale? There it is. Put this at a 0.65. And it'll be right about there. Let's put this one over here. Actually, let's put this one over here. About there. I'm actually going to reverse it like this. I'm actually going to keep that one same size. Let's put this one over here. Actually, let's put it down here because you land down here, so we're going to put it right here. There. Reverse this. Put it here. Make this a little bit smaller. Put it like 0.5, I suppose. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, now obviously these are going to need to be on a different group because I didn't know they had all the groups on it. That was a bit of an oversight, but that's fine. We'll just do this. And then grab these. You can get rid of this 40 here and just make sure that I only have that 41. Sick. Okay, no, actually these you can't even see, so let me go ahead and make sure you can actually see them here. Yeah, because as you can see, this one's just all the way down here. Well, that was a nice run right there. Jeez, I haven't done a run like that in a while. All right. That's good. Then obviously this needs to be over here. Excuse me. To match this one. Okay, that's kind of bad actually. Right here needs to be moved. This one right here. Oopsies. Okay, this one might be a little bit more difficult. Because I kind of made a mistake here and put this on the completely wrong layer. So we're going to have to just select all of this. And we're going to have to move this around. So we're going to have to move that off. And get this all off the vine. There we go. Yeah, just trying to get it all off that vine because it was getting in the way. So we actually don't want to put one there. Put one here instead. Yeah, because it was clashing. Sick. All right, let me get a couple of big ones actually. So this one will be all the way up to 1.25. And these ones I'm actually going to put a little bit. These are actually going to be on 42. The ones that are going to be on this. So this one here. This one. Actually, hold on. Let's backtrack slightly. Let's backtrack a little bit because I want to fix this. Because what I want to do is I want to give this to group or not group layer 8. So these don't get in the way. So obviously this is 1.25, just like I said. Put one like over here, because we're going to put these on a different group. Put one down here. I'll put one here. I'll put one like over here. So something like this. And then I actually want to make these a little bit darker to kind of have them stand out a little bit. So that's the reason why we have that 42. Oops. Is so we can do this 42. Put this on like a 0.7. Actually, that wasn't that great. Let me mess around with this a little bit. So what does this look like actually? Okay, well, definitely makes them look a little bit closer for sure. I think that's okay. It's just we need to lighten these ones here. So these are the ones that we need to lighten. Yeah, because these are the ones that are getting in the way. That's not fine. So let's go ahead and deselect and try again. Not that. There we go. Yeah, because I don't want any of that gray on that. Ugh, dang it. That's fine. Hold on. This is intense crap. Okay. So we want. Wait. No. We don't have to do that. We can do this, though. Move this to 9. So we can get it out of the way because it's really starting to get in the way. Put this back to 7. Yeah, because that's really starting to get in the way. Make this lighter. Make this like a 0.4 instead. And these ones, hold on, what's going on with these? Oh, I see. That's what's going on with these ones. Okay. So we want to select all of those and get rid of this 41 because it's clashing. Yeah, there it goes. Sweet. Very cool. Very, very cool. So right now the part looks like that. That is actually pretty neat. Yeah, that is actually a pretty neat part. Might add some backgrounds to this too, but I don't know. We'll see. I might just stay with this. I don't know, because I think that actually looks pretty completed. This could use a little bit of work, so we can actually work on this a little bit if we want. Yeah, because this doesn't look that great actually. Especially with the ladders, they don't really make much sense. We can actually, let's just get rid of these. They don't make any sense. Okay, those we can keep. So we can actually mess around with this a little bit more. Hmm. Hmm. When in doubt, copy paste. Yeah, whatever. That's the background design. Get rid of these. Just trying to get rid of that vine. All right, there we go. Now we can put this in here instead. Put it on 5. Yeah, nothing's really on 5, just these, which is fine. I found. Do we have an alpha here? Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. Let me do this. I'll just paste this around. Make it slightly better. You know what? Let's actually over decorate it. So do something like that, and then just give it an alpha. So I'll put on like, I don't know, 38. Oh, that looks weird. I wonder how that looks actually. Hold on. I'll put this here. Yeah, it's still speed 2. Put on ship. Oh, that looks weird. Ah! That was a good attempt, though. All right, I think that's where we're gonna stop. Yeah, I don't want to do this for really too long because I got work tomorrow, like I said. So, it's just gonna be this and like I don't know, a little bit of Bobble Battle. So, tomorrow will be a little bit more interesting. So, yeah, I'll see what I can do tomorrow. But anyways, I'm gonna call it here. Have a good one and goodbye. Poison Ivy Jungle.